Hi students, my name is Professor Cocazella and I'm going to be your instructor for this English 101 class. The CRN number for the class is, 21361, and this class will be meeting from 10 o'clock to 10:50 on Monday and Wednesday and Friday, beginning on Wednesday, September 4th. The classroom is going to be in the Peck building, which is the standalone brick building on campus off of Goldenrod Drive with its own parking lot. The classroom number is going to be room number 178. So I am doing this video in order for you to get acquainted and oriented to how the class is going to be run. And I've got to be honest with you, we are in a little bit of an experimental phase because, as you can see from what's noted on the screen, this is not your typical Blackboard course site. This is Blackboard Ultra, which is the next evolution in Blackboard that the college is switching over to. And I have made this class my, as I said, experimental section. I've never worked with Blackboard Ultra before. It has several features that are quite different from regular Blackboard, so we're just going to have to work ourselves through this. The good news is that anything that I have in Blackboard in terms of materials and documents and that kind of thing will also be given to you in hard copy in class. So that takes care of that. So the items that will be maybe a bit more of a challenge for us are uploading documents and participating in discussions and how to do journal entries and that sort of thing. But I think we will work ourselves through it, and I am relying on you for assistance as well. If there's something that you feel I should know about how Ultra is running, or how your grades are being posted, or whether or not you can upload or download things, please feel free to let me know. So essentially, what you've got on your screen is the way Ultra is set up is that the tabs run horizontally across the top of the page. In conventional Blackboard, there's a menu list on the side. This is a little bit different. So what you will see, though, is that it is similar in that I'm able to arrange the class in terms of learning modules, which are essentially, think of them as file cabinets, and then within the file cabinet you'll find the folders that pertain to that particular learning module. And I've broken it out into essentially 6 modules, and you will note them by the fact that every module has a photo. So that will tell you that you're getting into the file cabinet, if you will. So the first module is housekeeping, and that is where this video is going to be housed. I'm going to try to place it in announcements as well, but we'll see if that works out. Anyway, if you've gotten this far, you know that this is where the video was housed. And the other items in the housekeeping module are as follows. The course outline, which gives you the policies and procedures that will be followed for the course, due dates, policies, grading standards, objectives for the course, that kind of jazz. And that's a department-wide document. Then below that, you see that we have a B form, and that is the week-by-week syllabus, and that will list the days that the classes meet, what units being covered during that time frame, what agenda items will be covered within the class periods, and then the assignments that will be due within that time frame. So that's a handy reference for you. I caution you, things do change, but I'll let you know via announcements and by telling you in class if there are changes. And then below that, there's a calendar, and not too much information is provided on that calendar, much beyond what the dates are for the semester. It's a good way, though, for you to just sort of lay out the semester on one piece of paper. In other words, if you're the type of person that likes to do handwritten due dates and assignments and such, this is a great way to just, list out that the journal is due next Monday and the final essay is due the following Friday and that sort of thing. So I felt that was a little bit handy. Also, if we get to the point where there will not be class held, there's a no class date, Thanksgiving break, conferences, that kind of thing, I will provide you with those dates, and then you can note them on that sheet. Not lastly, but D is a grade record sheet, and that provides you with a list of every single assignment that you'll be doing in this class. Don't be daunted. There are a lot of assignments, but some of them are short. Others will take much more time, but many of them are, things that we can do in class or will take you 15 to 20 minutes outside of class. Then you have the personal contact form, and that's just for my reference so I can know a little bit more about you. The standard issue information like name and other classes you might be taking and your skill levels in terms of English skills, if you will. Are you a good reader? Do you know how to research? How are you with picking out topics? Do you know what a thesis statement is and how to compose one? That sort of thing. It's a ranking system I've put in there. I asked for a little bit of personal information, character traits. Do you have any particular issues or challenges? So that's a way for me to get to know a little bit about you, and that I would like you to complete and then to put into what you'll see there is the upload file. Then as we go through, you can see that the next learning module really gets into the contents of the course. And I'm not going to go through all of these in too much detail, but just to give you an overview of how the semester is going to play itself out. Unit 1 is called Identity and Cognition. The units take between 2 and 3 weeks each. We play around with the timing based on how things are going in class and how due dates are running and that kind of thing, but you can count on pretty much 3 weeks per unit. Unit 1 will contain a journal entry that you'll need to do, an identity essay, another journal entry. I'm sorry, I have that twice. I have to delete one of these. There's a narrative essay that you'll be doing, telling me a story. Then we're going to be doing a TED Talk. You're going to do a video summary for me. So that's all going to be placed within here. For purposes of this video, some things are not yet contained in the learning modules. I'm going to clean it up in the next week or so, but I wanted to get this video done and out of the way. So Unit 2 is a book club unit, and you're going to basically be breaking out into groups, and you're going to be talking about 2 essays from the textbook. And then Unit 3, we go a little bit outside the box because what I'm going to ask you for that is for you to identify an organization, and I use that in a broad sense of the word. You can identify, I don't know, a high school club that you were part of or your best friend was part of, the chess club, the key club. It could be a band, it could be a chorus, it could be a religious club or organization that someone belongs to. It could be a charity. It could be a special interest group. Maybe you know somebody who is part of a bridge club or a book club. So the term organization is used rather loosely, but the whole concept of this unit is to research and analyze what it means to belong to a group and why people get involved in particular groups, what the membership is like, what are the advantages and results and impacts of becoming part of a group, that kind of thing. So it's all about community. Lastly, there is a unit called Argument, and for that unit, we'll be doing a mini research paper. I'm going to give you a list of current events and news stories, and you can pick from that. We do instruction in the library. It's a good way to get your feet wet for what you will be doing once you get into English 102, which is really heavy duty research. This is sort of a research paper light. It's going to be about 4 to 5 pages, but it'll get you familiar with how to do research, what the library has to offer. We talk about AI when we're doing this particular unit. We also dive into unconventional sources of material, as in video sources, podcasts, documentaries, that kind of jazz. I want you to think a little bit outside the box for this, but at the end of the day, what you're going to be doing is putting together an argument about a current topic. Then there is a Unit 5. I'm placing that in there in the next couple of days. But there's not too much that goes on there. It's really a landing unit. You do a self-assessment, which is essentially just writing about the writing you've done for the year. And we might also do a fun project, maybe a digital story, a video on one of the units that you've covered. I'm still playing around with that. So below those units, I have a folder with PowerPoints that could help you out, just various reference PowerPoints, how to write a thesis statement, how to cite material using MLA formatting, that kind of jazz. And you'll see them listed there. And then below that, there is a link straight out into all the Montgomery College resources that you have, how to get coaching, how to sign up for a tutoring session in the learning centers, how to access mobile food markets, how to access counseling or advising. Then below that, there's a direct link to the library website. Below that, there's a direct link to specific Blackboard support. And then below that, we are able to get into Zoom meetings directly from Blackboard. So the other thing I wanted to call your attention to is this bar across the top that my cursor is going over right now. The way I'm going to connect with you is through announcements. And there is one here to get you started, and that's the welcome announcement that I've sent to you, and that's what sent you to this particular welcome video. So throughout the course of the semester, after every class, well, not necessarily every single class, but after most classes, I will post an announcement just to give you a heads up and remind you of what's upcoming, what the due dates are, what we might have discussed in class, that kind of thing. And then you have a grade book in here, so anything that you do for me for points, I post in here so that you can always know where you stand within the class in terms of what your grade is. I operate on a point system. There's 1,000 points for the class, and that's listed out on that grade record sheet, that handout D. And that's about it. There's much more to cover and go over in greater detail, but I thought this was a good way to give you an overview about how the class will be run. So once more, I'm expecting to see you bright-eyed at 10 o'clock on Wednesday, September 4th. If in the meantime you do have any specific questions for me, you're welcome to email me. And once we get into class on September 4th, we will talk about communication, how I'd like you to email me through the semester. I use Remind, so we'll sign up for that and we'll get ourselves going. I'm looking forward to a successful semester. I think it'll be interesting for us to work on Blackboard together. It's a new textbook for this class, so that's going to be fun for me and hopefully a little bit higher engagement for you. It's got some more high interest readings in it, so that'll be great. So that's about it. Looking forward to meeting you all. So take care. See you on the 4th.